Hi everyone! Thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to show you how I block my sweaters. I have been asked so many times, how do you block your sweaters? How do you get it all crisp? Do you wet block? And the answer is I almost always steam block all of my knits. So I have a camera set up in front of me and then also one right here. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So right now I've got my sweater. This is the Floozy 2 by Truly Myrtle, and I knit it in the Hippo for Dia de los Muertos colorway, Beauty School Dropout, and Troll Hair. And as you can see, let me actually get a little bit closer. As you can see, it's a little wrinkly. It's a little wrinkly. But I just finished it and bound off, so I thought you would like to see me blocking it. So what I do is I get my sweater and I have right here an ironing board. I've got a hot iron and a damp washcloth. So that's what I'm using for this blocking. So to steam block it. So I do have one of those like handheld steam blockers, but I have found that using an iron actually gets it really crisp and nice, especially for my first photos. So that's what we're doing. This has not had the ends woven in. I always block my knits before weaving the ends, just to make sure that I don't have anything that, you know, if I pull it out, that I don't have any problems with the ends being too tight, so I block first. You don't have to. This is all personal preference. This is how I do it. There's tons of ways out there. There's a million videos. This is just how I do it. So I set my sweater on the ironing board and I just gently pull it to where I want it. So I'm going to work on this half of my sweater first. And I just pull it to the right size so that the stitches are smooth. Now, if I had a item that I wanted exact numbers, like a shawl that I wanted to block to 12 inches, I would actually put a measuring tape on my ironing board. But since this is a sweater, I know that it fits. I tried it on. I will just block it out so that all of the stitches lay nice and flat, but I'm not going to block it to a certain size because I don't really want it to stretch. I think it looks good how it is. So I'm going to just smooth this out, and then I'll place a damp washcloth over it and smooth that out again. Make sure that looks nice and no wrinkles. Then I will take my hot iron and just go over it, and you'll see the steam pop up. This washcloth is hot, so don't burn yourself with that washcloth. And you can see already, look at how smooth those stitches look right here compared to over here. So all of a sudden, you've got a beautifully flat piece of knitting. And I'm actually going to do this one more time. I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit more, get it a little more flat. And then I'm going to do it again, right on the same spot. I'm using a cotton washcloth, and I'm also using my iron on the highest setting. So now look at that. Wow, that looks so good. This is the way to go, in my opinion, especially if you want to take a nice photo right after finishing. But I don't wet block my knits anymore unless I really want to wash it or I want a different scent or something like that. But this is how I block my knits, and I will do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to stretch this out and make sure that the stitches are flat. Then I will put my wet washcloth right here and then go again. That's it. This is how I black my sweaters. So now, looking at you right there, now you can see how smooth this side is compared to this side. And it does stretch out a little bit, but not too much. And if you do want a scent, just like you would get with blocking, and you wet block it and you use a specific soap, you can use the Soak Flatter Spray, which is a really nice scent. But otherwise, this is your hand knit. So I hope you enjoyed watching how I steam block all of my knits, and I hope to see you again. Thank you all so much.